Good.
All
Let's
good.
start this again. All right. Let me refresh this so we can see all the animations again. It's very important. Okay. You guys ready?
Yes.
E.
Yep.
I'm gonna start the timer here, and
Is it recording?
not yet. I mean, it's recording, but we haven't started. Um, all right. My name is Michael Dugan.
My name is Jackson Gettler.
My name is Malvin Toll.
My name is Andrew Leclerc, and we'll be talking about the biodiesel versus petrol diesel and the benefits of using it in commercial use. As you can see here, 29% of all CO2 emissions from the US comes from the transportation sector since 2019. Down below is a graph that shows a progressing of of CO2 emissions in the future if we don't do anything about it now. There's been a 291% increase of diesel usage in transportation since 1975, and that'll only continue to grow as our need for fuel increases. Life cycle analysis completed by Argonne National Laboratory found that particulate emissions from 100% biodiesel are 74% lower than those from petroleum diesel. About 1.8 billion gallons of biodiesel was consumed in the US in 2019, but that still may not be enough.
Biodiesel is a fuel derived from plant-based oils such as soybean oil, recycled cooking grease, and animal fats. It's a clean-burning, renewable alternative to petrol diesel. Biodiesel is usually mixed together with petroleum diesel in a blend. The name of the blend refers to the percentage. For example, 20% biodiesel blend is called B20. Biodiesel is important because of the particulate emissions. 74% less is a big amount. Diesel releases much more than B100. Particulate emissions are the stuff it releases when you burn it, such as CO2, carbon monoxide, and just general soot. This is important for the problem of climate change, as the continued release of CO2 and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere is a major contributor to the problem. Commercial trucking accounts for a lot of those emissions, and biodiesel might help that. Biodiesel releases a lot less CO2, and this allows for a reduction in emissions without a reduction in the trucks on the road. It's already a proven technology, so our proposed advancement is the widespread implementation of it and creating sustainable methods of manufacturing it. Currently, most biodiesel is found in small blends such as B5. That's still a 95% petroleum diesel fuel. We need to switch to B100 if we really want to make an impact.
So you may be wondering how biofuel is manufactured. It goes through the chemical reaction process called transesterification. This is the process is then used or goes through by mixing fatty acids, alcohol, and a catalyst, either a strong base or a strong acid. The reaction then produces methyl esters, which is the biodiesel, and glycerin. So you may be wondering where we get these fatty acids from. One potential source that we could be getting a lot of these fatty acids from are large agricultural animal farm lands. For example, around 33 million animals and 6 billion poultries were slaughtered in 2014 in the EU. Given that about 40% of the yield from those farm animals is deemed unfit for human consumption, and is therefore wasted. So instead of being it wasted, we could reuse that fatty acids into the biodiesel process. Another way we could do this is also by looking at fast food restaurants. Around 8.6 million pounds of grease is made in fast food restaurants around the US every single day. So being able to make incentives for these large scale corporations or farm companies to be able to reuse their fat in the biodiesel would allow a large amount of biodiesel to be manufactured.
Moving on to evaluation. Bi- biodiesels affect the environment, society, and the economy in the following ways. The environment. Biodiesel burns much cleaner than petrol, so it can reduce emissions. Using waste products also prevents it from filling up landfills. Society. Biodiesel provides opportunities for growth in the job market. It creates a more sustainable image for diesel burning vehicles. It affects the economy by utilizing 56 billion pounds of waste products as materials for fuel. This could reduce the cost of B100 below petrol. For the bias, as we looked for sources, we found ourselves heavily favoring ones that helped our argument. Sources that didn't point get used because they weren't as eye-catching as some of the other statistics we found. Thank you.
All right, that one was a bit longer, but it was nice through and through. We didn't have any gaps, so I think we can use that.
It works for me.